Yo, what is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another brand new video. And in this one I'll be showing you the best way to get pretty much everything inside of anime islands. So pretty much I'll be showing you the best way to get most of the things and the best way to farm them and how to quickly use them and efficiently. But if you haven't already and do enjoy the video, make sure to leave a quick like, comment, subscribe, and join my Discord server from the description below. Over 97% you guys are not subscribed, and I'll really appreciate it if you do, as it only takes a second. But yeah, now let's get started. Alright, firstly, starting off, let's go ahead with magic feathers. And you need these magic feathers, or 100 of them actually. Then come over here to this wizard in the Clover village, talk to him, and you can buy grimoires. Now as you can see, these are pretty insane. Times 5 luck and times 2 gems. We got times 3 damage, and we got a bunch more grimoires for gems and energy as well. And trust me when I say this, you need the best one of these, as it helps your progress so much. And I'm getting 47.5 million energy right now, which is a bunch and almost close to the max amount, and that is mainly due to my grimoire. And the main way to get these magic feathers is by when you come over to lobby, just come over here to this global boss. These bosses spawn every 1 hour and they stay for 30 minutes, then despawn. But they also drop curse energy, but mainly magic feathers, and it depends on which boss it spawns. Mostly all of them drop curse energy, but the current best one, Scar, which has 1 QA health, drops 1000 magic feathers each time you defeat him. Now he does have 20 QA and he is quite hard to defeat, but with the help of someone, or if you're strong enough, you can defeat him, and he's gonna give you so many rewards. He also drops the best sword in game, which is the Divine Spear, which does 18 times damage multiplier on a base form, and when I have the 4th curse enchant, it does times 36, which is quite a lot, I'm not gonna lie. So that is the best way to get magic feathers, but it is manual, and if suppose you wanna overnight and you have nothing better to overnight on and you need magic feathers desperately for the best grimoires, a new formation for tiny task I made, which is you come from this NPC, move on to here, then this guy, then you come over here, here, and keep going again and again in this shape. And you do this with the help of a good friend right here, which is tiny task. Now what this does is it records your movement and it displays it again and again, and it is perfectly safe. It does not disconnect you, and it's really overpowered. Firstly, a few settings you need to do: make a continuous playback always on top, and set the playback hotkey to F8, which I'll explain in a little bit once we are using this. For this, you do need a teleport game pass and possibly the magnet one, and you can get that from WhySync, which is in Alien Planet right here, and it is not that rare either way. It's I think it's like 39%, so it's quite easy. But yeah, that's a good way to get the game pass. But now what you need to do is you firstly need to teleport to any world, and once you're here, you just want to teleport right back to Clover Village, and you do not want to move your camera angle. So suppose I'm looking this way, I'll just set it right there, zoom out a little bit so it'll be easier for me. And now from here, just click on auto click on record, and just start moving. So let's defeat these NPCs over here as well as we go up. Then let's just jump up the stairs a little bit. Try not to hit the stairs too much because that might block it later on. Then just keep moving from then come over here to Yamo. Let's defeat both of them. There we go. Come over here. Then if you're perfect enough, it should spawn in like 1 or 2 seconds. Then you keep doing this again and again a few times, or pretty much as many times as you want, and this can easily get you up to 40 in one run, and that is quite insane, I'm not gonna lie. Now once you think you're done with this, you just want to teleport, come right back to any world, and once you're here, while the recording is still going on, just click on teleport again, come back to Clover Village, and the moment you spawn in, just wait 1 more second, click on record again, and boom. So now you minimize that, click F8, and wow, look at that, not even touching it, you can replay the video back. This was exactly what I just did, and as you can see, this can take quite a few tries, but if you're perfect with it, as you can see, this is really helpful for overnighting, and you can easily get all of the grimoires in one day. If you want to stop it, just press F8 again and it should stop. But now moving onwards, let's just quickly talk about fairy dust, because this does involve the same thing. So we teleport to Alchemist Kingdom. This is the best world right now, and for most of these tutorials, for these you might need to have some power, as these are two last world which you get magic feathers and fairy dust in. So try and get a bunch of energy before you do this. But for here as well, you turn on your tiny task, you go here, defeat these, then you come over here, rotate between all of these NPCs. Yeah, you heard it right, you can just rotate between all of them. Since I'm quite strong, I pretty much one tap them all, but then you can just keep on going again and again, and this should give you around, I think, actually let's calculate that. So this guy gives us around, let's see, yeah, 8. I think the boss gives us like 10 each, so that's 28 right there, then 36, 44, and yeah, I think this method gives you around 60 per whole round, which is quite insane. But the best way if you want to grind levels on your hero is obviously to just come over here, and if I can jump over that, awesome, just come over here and defeat the secret boss, the father, and he is the best method to upgrade your level on your hero. But you won't really need that, as you can see my hero does barely any damage compared to the damage I do, and we can see that right here, as I do 4.5 QA and he barely does 53 trillion. But yeah, those are two best ways to tiny task and get a bunch of them. Obviously the global boss is the best way because he gives so much, and I definitely recommend if he spawns you to do that. But I know free to play players is really hard right now, and that's why I do recommend trying to get the best grimoires and everything, because the gap between free to play and pay to win players is a lot. But yeah, anyways, moving onwards, let's go to Mount coins. And most of you might already know this. Mount coins are in Pirate Island, which is quite the first world literally, and they're right here to the Mount Gacha. You talk to him, get these mounts, and this is actually the most cheapest way to get it. So you just come over here. This Akainu boss gives you 10 each, which is quite a bunch for the first world, and that's pretty good. Then the second boss that gives you is in Shinobi Village. You just come over here to your left, you see Madra, and this guy gives you 20 Mount coins per NPC or per boss. And the last one is an alien planet, and you just come over here to these Friezas, and each of them give 40 Mount coins each. So just AFK on one, that's probably the best way to farm it. And you can easily get the Brew Mount, which is 0.9% I think. And yeah, 0.92%, so yeah. And wait, so luck definitely applies to this. I'll just put my luck grimoire on, and it's 1% now. So based on your luck, this may vary, but it should be around 0.1% to 1%. Moving onwards, one of the main things I need to talk to you guys about, which will be useful in every single update, is curse enchantments. Now you get curse energy by defeating all of these mobs, and you can use this curse energy to come over here, talk to Marquis, and enchant your weapons, and these buff your damage by so much. As you can see, this 14 sword with curse enchantment 3, which costs 3000 curse energy, can buff it right up to here with 24 times I believe for this sword, and yeah, that's a huge difference. And the best way to AFK this is by tiny task as well. I did make a video on that. I'll link that in the description if you want to see that, as that is pretty useful, I'm not gonna lie. But another good way to manually do it is also by doing the global boss, as they all drop I think around 500. I think that's the best boss, but he drops like 3 to 500. If you just overnight using my method by just tiny tasking, you just come over here, defeat all of these in rotation, you should be able to get around 100,000 in overnight or much more, because I didn't make that before mounts existed, so yeah. Anyways, moving forward again, the best weapon in game is Divine Spear, and as I said before, we do get it from the global boss, which is Scar. It does 18 times damage base form, which is quite insane. And to make it even stronger, you can come over here, get the curse enchantments. As you can see, my 4th curse enchantment gives me times 36 damage, which is double of my original one. And yeah, this definitely boosts my damage by a lot. And just to show you a comparison, just come over here to the secret boss, and suppose I replace this with nothing and come over here, and we're doing 2.2 QA. But if I equip this Divine Spear, from 2.2 we went to 4.5, so that's like a 2x damage buff, which is quite insane. So yeah, definitely try and get the best sword. Another good way to get sword, and that's probably the best way to get sword for beginners and mid-level players that are in Solo City or above, is by dungeons. And these dungeons spawn every 30 minutes, and none spawn yet, but you can go inside here and you can select between 3 difficulties, either easy, medium or hard. And once you defeat that and complete it, you can come over here, talk to this person, I actually don't know her name, but the dungeon dealer, and you can sell off them right here. and with that you can buy a random sword which does either 13 times, 14 or 15 times damage base. You can also buy these 3 potions, gem, power and yeah. Oh wait, why does it say power for both though? So either power, luck and gems, and you can buy them for 800 coins each. The huge tip from you guys is, if you're strong enough to solo hard dungeon, keep doing that, as that's really insane. You can buy up to 3 boosts or 3 times this. But if you're not strong enough to do it, the only thing you have to do is 1 tap or hit the enemies once, and you will get the credit. So just get a leaderboard player or anyone strong. Also, I will be helping people, so you can ping me in my Discord server and I will be helping a bunch of people. So do join that from description below if you want free carries. Either way, you can also do the easy dungeon that gives you around 500 and the medium dungeon, and I kind of fell across the map, I'm not gonna lie, but I think the medium gives you around 750 to 1000. But yeah, that's definitely a really good way to spend your dungeon coins into buy potions. Once you have good swords, just forget that and keep stacking up on potions. Now, as we have went over most of the things, let's just quickly go over energy and how you can increase it as a free to play and pay to win. Now obviously game passes are a major way, and I kinda got them for free because I'm a content creator, but game passes buff your energy by so much, and that's why the gap between free to play and pay to win players is so much. If we come over here to the leaderboards, we can see the number 1 free to play player has 1.2 trillion energy and I have 6.6 trillion, and that's quite a lot considering I'm not even close to the pay to win leaderboard. As you can see, 26 trillion almost, that's like 25 times more. And look at that, I'm not even close to on leaderboard, and that's almost double my energy. But one of the major keys now to get energy is by ranking up, as it did buff it a lot, and it buffs you by like times 35 now, as you can see, and that's quite insane. Also, getting upgrades is a major part. As you can see, 850%, which is 8.5 times more energy, which is quite insane as well. If you think your energy is weak, just know that this could be a major part, because it did buff ranking up and now it's highly important. Now you also got grimoires, but a major part in this update that increases your energy income is the shiny NPC right here, which is okay, awesome. So you talk to her, you select the shiny you want, and I think it's all rarities, but you can select what you want, select 5 of it, and you need 200 fairy dust, and you can make it into a shiny. And these shiny gives you 50% more of what the original pet gives you, as this father gives us 42 times, and I think, yeah, as you can see, normal father 28 and this shiny one gives us 42. And yeah, that's a big difference when you have a full team of them. And the dungeon just opened, and this is the perfect time to show you guys. So let's take part in this dungeon, and let's come over here. And I am in a private server, so this should be easy. But let's come over here to the hard dungeon, and I can solo this. So I'll just quickly do a time lapse, do this, and I'll see you guys in a second once we're about to defeating the boss. And alright, he's pretty much dead. There we go. And let's open up the chest, and with this we also get magic feathers, just so you know, and a bunch of curse energy. Yeah, that was like 600 magic feathers. We come over here to the dungeon and see, look at that, we got 1.6k just with these. If we collected the crystals, it would be like 2000 approximately, like 3000 approximately. But if we sell this, we can buy 3 power potions and 1 more actually. There we go. And look at that, we just stocked up on power potions again, and we have 16 once again. And I also have a tip for the Dragon Balls. So firstly, if you just come over to the lobby, you guys must have noticed that in the upgrades we have an option for the spare amount, and this increases the amount of Dragon Balls you get. So if you're collecting one of them, suppose over there, and go over it, it actually gives you 2 of the same amount of the same Dragon Ball, and that's pretty insane. So mostly these Dragon Balls spawn around the outskirts of each map or each world, so they'll be spawning around over here near the mountains, and that's pretty much like 80% or 90% guarantee, and they barely spawn anywhere else. So mostly for alien planning, they spawn around right over here on the edges, and yeah. And I'm also not sure if they despawn, because I found 8 Dragon Balls in one server where everyone was AFK, and yeah, that was pretty insane. but I'm guessing they don't really despawn and someone actually has to pick them up. You can also claim the daily rewards for a bunch of potions and 3 random exclusive pets. So that's a better way than Wish to get exclusive pets. Just play for 1 week. Even if you don't play a lot, just log in and get that, because that can really help you out in the future. Yeah, that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was just a quick video just explaining how to get a bunch of things and how to get it fast, because I know a lot of you guys are stuck and don't know how to get most of these things and are wondering how do we get like Grimoire 4 really quick and stuff. So that's why I made this video. So if you all enjoyed and this video helped you out, please leave a like and subscribe below. I really appreciate it. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.